Okay, so sharpening a chainsaw blade. Keep this short. Three main things. So you gotta make sure you have filed the teeth properly. We'll talk about that in a sec. And you have to make sure that there is the right clearance between these teeth and the nubs next to the teeth. And mine don't quite have enough. It should be about 0.8 millimeters. And the third thing is, which I didn't realize until, so your blade will have, the bar will have a burr. See how on this side there is no burr, like there's no ridge on the edge of that. There is here. It hits this ridge, and that's because it has got hot, and this is the bottom end. That needs to be filed off, so you got to take the bar off to do that. File that little burr off the end, otherwise there's resistance as it's going through the wood. Most people only think about doing filing the T-sharp. They don't think about the distance, how high these little burrs are next to the teeth. If they're too high, the teeth don't cut. And obviously the first thing is the teeth, so if they're not sharp, I always take a marker and mark the top of the teeth. So I'm going to start with this one, and I know when I get around that I'm back to my start point. So there's different files. Most are, this is a bigger one, 3/16. The smaller one is 5/32, and it's the 5/32 that I need for this chain. So if I start with this tooth that I marked, you got to get the angle right, and I got to get right down, take my glasses down and look at the angle of that. You do the cutting on the forward motion. That's nice now. So you skip this one, that's the other way, because you want to do that from the other side. Come to this one. So they're that far apart before I get to the next one at this same angle, and you can tell that one is dull. You got to go at the angle of this. You're sharpening two surfaces down here and on the top of that. That one is now nice and sharp after 5 or 6 passes. Here's the next one. So you do that until you go around, and then you got to do the flip the blade around and do the or flip the chain and do the other teeth. So the other thing is checking the distance, which you're not going to really see from where you are there, but each of these, for my blade, there is a little gap, but it's not enough. So what needs to be done then is a different file. You need to take down the top of so don't touch the tooth, but you're touching this burr next to it, and you just take the top off of that. It doesn't do any cutting, it just guides the there, so that there is a little clearance between the two. It's more like it. So that's how you, an hour or two later, you make sure your blade is sharp and cutting properly. And I'll have to take this off and take that burr. There is one on the other side too, so that bar needs to be taken off and filed a bit so that that burr on the edge, that rolled over edge, is gone. Anyway, hope it was informative.